Okay, today's daf is Chaf Amud Beis, where we're starting from Chaf Amud Aleph in the Mishnah, the new Mishnah. Apais Sheni, the second raffle. What was it for? Okay, Mi Shochet, who would do the shchita? Mi Zorek, who would throw the blood? Mi Midashen Mizbeach HaPenimi, who would go ahead and clean the Mizbeach, right? Umi Midashen Et HaMenorah, who's going to go ahead and clean the menorah? The menorah, you should know what that is. Mi Maleh Varim LaKevesh, who would go ahead and take the korban, the varim for the korban tamid to the kevesh, right? Arosh ve'aregel, and then they would take the rosh ve'aregel, the head and the leg, v'shtei yadayim, and the two legs, basically. Akutz, this is huazana ve'aregel, this is the shel small. This is the tail and one of the legs. Regel, I guess the yadayim is the two front legs, sorry. Regel, then he would take also the regel with it. Chazeh, the chest area. Gera is the neck. V'shtei defanot, the two sides of the animal, which is, it's called the flanks. Flanks, like, flank.
Oh, I know flank, oh, it's good.
It's very good stuff. So, V'akrevim, this is all the innards of the animal. V'asolid, the fine flour, right? V'chavitin, they would take the cakes, right, that they would do. V'yayin, and the yain and the wine. 13 kohanim zechu bo. There was 13 kohanim that were zoche in this raffle. Okay? Amar ben Azai. Ben Azai says, Amar ben Azai lifnei Rabbi Akiva, he said this in front of Rabbi Akiva, Mishum Rabbi Yeshua. How would they do it? Derech halucha aya kerev. The way that the animal walks, that's how they would do the korban. I'm not going to explain exactly what that means. Okay? Derech hilucho, Derech hilucho aya kerev. Now, ibailu. כשאין מפיסין לעבודה אחת מפיסין, the Gemara is asking a question. When they would do the what's it called? When they would do the agrala, okay? We said there's 13 items here, right? Rashi explains, כגון מי שוחט ולכשיזכה, meaning the one who does the shchita, right? When he's זוכה, ולכשיזכה מי שזכה לשחיטה, שוב אין פייס לשאר י"ב עבודות, אלא כהנים שמקופים לימינו נמשכים אחריו. All the ones, meaning you don't need to, the one who is זוכה for the shchita, right? He's going to be זוכה for the shchita. And all the ones to the right side of him, the 12, okay? The other 12 kohanim, they're going to do every single other part of the kravot that they would do, right? Because there's 13 here that we mentioned, right? Or dirma lekol avodah v'avodah mefaitzin, or maybe they would do a raffle for every single one of them, right? For the yain, for the cakes, for the bread, for every single one. How would it be? The Gemara is asking the question. The Gemara says tashma arba peisot hayu sham, right? We said there's four raffles. So, if you want to say that they would do for every single one of the avodot, you're going to have much more than that, right? You have 12. Okay? So, Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak kachi kamar, he says, no, lav dafka, you could still work this out. Why? 4 פעמים נכנסים להפיס. 4 times they go in to do a raffle. You're doing right, not that there's 4 raffles. There 4 times they went to go do raffle. Right? ולכל חד וחד היו בה טובה פייסות. And every single time that they would go in and do the הגרלה, they would have many more in there. Meaning there was 4 timings that they would do the raffle, but they would do many more than 4 raffles total. בסדר? The Gemara says, תשמע. רבי יהודה אומר, לא היה פיס למחתה. So, the Gemara wants to go ahead and try to knock down what we just said. We have to explain through Rashi this. שהיו מפריסים לקטורת, when they would do the קטורת, מתאים את הקדושים לקטורת באו, והפיסו, והקטורת צריכה שני כהנים. The קטורת would need two כהנים, right? When they would do the הגרלה for the קטורת, you would need two כהנים. אחד שמוליך הקטורת, one that brings in the קטורת, right? להיכל, he brings it to the היכל, ומקטירו, and he does the קטורת itself, ואחד שחוטא גחלים מעל המזבח, and one that is, how do you say חוטא? חותך גחלים. He like mixes the gechalim basically under the mizbech, so like it becomes more fire, right? So you would have two, right? So Rabbi Yehuda wants to bring you a raya. Rabbi Yehuda omer lo haya pais lamachta. You didn't have a raffle for the second part, for the mixing of the gechalim. You would only have for the ketov, right? And then what would happen? אלא מי שזכה בקטורת ומי שזכה בה אומר לזה שבימינו, he would tell the one, whoever is right next to him to the right side, he would tell him, hey, you're going to do the machta, right? So Rabbi Yehuda wants to bring you the Gemara wants to bring you a raya from here that it's lav dafka. They didn't go ahead and do a raffle for every single one of the items. They would do one raffle, just like how they would do in the ketoret, one raffle, and then he would ask whoever's on the right side. Same thing, it would be like in our Mishnah. It would be one Kohen, and all the 12 that were on the right side of him, they would do the avodah. Okay? אלא כהן שזכה בקטורת, אומר שאימו זכה עימי במחתה. He would tell the one to the right of him, you also were זוכה for the מחתה, right? So maybe from here we see that they wouldn't do a grala for every single one of them. The Gemara says no. Shani machta veketoret echad avodah. No, the machta and the ketoret is one avodah. The whole thing is a one avodah within itself, right?
Two separate jobs.
Right, and you have the cakes, and you have the bread, you have all those items. It's different. So you can't bring me a raya from there. Ikadamri. Different lashon. Davka machta veketoret dechad avodah. Okay, same answer, just different lashon. Aval shar avodot by pais. Okay, but the rest of the avodot, maybe you need to do a grala. You need to do the raffle for them. So the Gemara says machta itzrichalei. We needed to mention the what's it called? We needed to mention that the machta is a part of the ketoret. Why? Maybe we're going to say that it's not shchiach, it's not a common thing, and it makes the person very wealthy, the person who does the machta for the ketoret, it makes him very healthy. Maybe we're going to do a raffle for it within its own, because it's such a chashuv dika thing. Kamash malan, that no, we'll make another raffle for it. Tashma, the Tani Rabbi Chia, lo lekol avodah v'avodah mefaisin, ela. So this is the state answer. Not for every single one of the avodah we would do the raffle. Ela kohen shezakha betamid, the one who is zoche for the korban tamid. Shnei masar achiv hakohanim nimshachin imo shma mina. We see that it was one raffle. All you guys to the right of me, yalla, fadal. Okay, so that's the answer for the Gemara's question. Now, we said Pais Hasheni, right? Ibailu. The Gemara asks the question: Mi mekabel? Who collects the blood from the shchita? Right? We didn't mention that. Shochet mekabel. The Gemara is asking a question: is it the one that's doing the shchita? He's the one that grabs the blood. Right? Because they would, if you guys remember in Pesachim, the second they would do the shchita, they would have to collect the first part of the blood, right? And then the rest they would let bleed out. Why? Because I forgot the exact pasuk, because we said that the adam wa nefesh, meaning the blood is
first part has the nefesh in it.
right? The first mamash part has the nefesh of the animal in it. That's why you need to collect it. So who would do this actual ma'aseh? So the Gemara says, is it the shochet, the one who does the slaughtering? Right? Di amar zorek mekabel. If you want to say that it's the one that's doing the zrika of the blood, right? He's the one who throws the blood. Agav chavivitu lo mekabel lekulei dam. Because he's so excited to do the mitzvah of the zrika, maybe he's not going to collect all of the blood that needs to come out, right? And he's going to go a rush. Let's go. And then he's missing out on the rest of the blood, and then that's it, you're done. Or dilma, zorek mekabel. Or maybe it is the zorek, right? Wow. Di amar shochet mekabel. Maybe if you say that it's the one who does the shchita, he's the one mekabel. Zimnim the shachit zar. Sometimes you have because you don't need to have a kohen to do the shchita. The shchita itself is kasher with a zar, meaning a regular person, a regular Israel. It doesn't need to be, right? So maybe the a regular person is going to go ahead and collect the blood, but that's a problem. So maybe it's only the one who is mekabel, who does the zrika. The Gemara says Tashma ben Katin. This was the name of a Kohen Gadol. Asa Yud Bet Dad Lakior. He made 12 spouts. How do you call it? 12 spouts. It's called. Okay, Lakior for the kior. How do you say kior? The sink, right? Sink. Let's say. That's not really sink.
The water basin.
The water basin. כדי שיהיו י"ב אחיו הכהנים העוסקים בתמין, מקדישים ידיהם ורגליהם בבת אחת. He would do it like that, so that way all the other 12 would be osek in that right away. ויסל כדאי תך שוחט מקבל. If you want to say that it's the shochet, right, then you would need 13. Why? Why would you need 13? Rashi explains, because then you would have, because there was 13 avodot there was 13 avodot, right? Rashi explains, shalosh esrei avodot nimnu. There was 13 avodot in our Mishnah. Bavodat pais hatamid, for the avodah of the pais, for the korban tamid. Ela shashchita ina tu'una kiddush. Kiddush yadayim v'raglayim. The one who does the shchita, he doesn't need to go ahead and mekadosh his hands and legs. So if you want to say that he's the one also as well, right? Then he should have made, the Kohen Gadol should have made 13, right? Because he's so mashma, even the one that's doing the shchita. So we see from here, El alav shma mina zorek mekabel shma mina. So that brings you to a steer, and this is a proof that the one who does the zrika, he's the one that's mekabel the blood as well. Amar lei Rava Chabrei de Rava le Ravashi. Rava Chabrei, the son of Rava, told Ravashi, Afanana mitanina. We also learned shochet HaShochet, the one who does the shchita, the shochet, he's the one who does the shchita, mekabel HaMekabel, and the one who's mekabel, vebal lo lizrok. He also comes to do the zrika as well. Shma mina. So we see straight right from here that the one who does the zrika, he's the one who does the Kabbalah. Shma mina, okay. Amar ben Azai lifnei Rabbi Akiva. We said, Ben Azai, what time is it? Yeah, what time? Ben Azai said in front of Rabbi Akiva, right? Mishum Rabbi Yeshua, derech hilucho haya karev. The way that the animal walks, that's how you would bring the kriva of the limbs, according to the way that he walks. So the Gemara is going to explain. Tanu Rabbanan. We see a braysa. Keitza derech hilucho. How is the derech hilucho? Arosh, the head, right? Ve'aregel, right? The legs. Ve'achazeh, the chest. Ve'agerav, the neck. Ve'shtei yadayim, the two front legs. Ve'shtei defonot, and the two sides, the flanks, we said, oketz, the tail, והרגל, and the back legs. That's how the, what's it called? That's how derech hilucho would be. Okay? Now there's a machloket here. Rabbi Yossi Omer, no, derech hifshuto היה קרב. The way that you would skin the animal. כיצד היה דרך hifshuto? הראש והרגל, the head, the leg, והעוקץ, the neck, והרגל, ושתי דפנות, the two sides of the animal, the flanks, ושתי הידיים, the two front legs, החזה והגרה, the chest and the neck itself. Wait, העוקץ, what did we say that was? No, sorry, the ketz was the tail. Sorry, the ketz was the tail. הגרה is the neck. Okay, רבי עקיבא אומר, דרך ניתוחו היה. No, the way, דרך ניתוחו, how did he explain?
Chop it up. The way they chop it up.
Skin the...
Oh, the way that they would chop it up, Rashi explained, כסדר שמניחים אותו לאחר הפשטו. After they skin him, the way that they would set up the limbs, the parts, all of the animal. Okay? היה קרב כיצד, דרך ניתוחו, how would they do it? First, you would put the head, והרגל, the head and the leg would also always be together, ושתי ידיים, the two front legs, והחזה, the chest, והגרה, the neck, ושתי דפנות, the two flanks, והעוקץ והרגל, the tail and the leg. רבי יוסי הגלילי אומר, רבי יוסי הגלילי says, no, different way. אומר, דרך עילויו היה קרב. Meaning the way that you would actually do the korban itself, כיצד דרך עילויו, how would they do it? הראש והרגל, והחזה meaning הראש והרגל together, והחזה והגרה, the chest and the neck, ושתי דפנות, the two flanks, והעוקץ והרגל. The tail and the leg, ושתי הידיים, and then the two front legs. But okay, so that's how we explain according to Rabbi Yossi Aglidi. Now, the Gemara wants to say, והכתיב, we see a state pasuk, כל נתר טוב ירך וכתף, right? The pasuk is coming to tell you what are the two chashuv things in the animal, the thigh and the shoulder, right? So how did Rabbi Yossi Aglili, right? He explains. How did he say it? 1 second.
Doesn't mention the katef in
That the
the
shtei yadayim are what last. Shtei yadayim is the...
Right, the shtei yadayim is the last part. That's the thigh and the shoulder. Those should be more forward in the list. Why'd you put them at the last? The Gemara says no. This is talking about a very lean animal. Okay, so it's love. That's why they gave it that way. You wanted to, right? Amarava, Ben Tana Didan or Ben Rabbi Yossi, both are Tana, right? And Rabbi Yossi, Batar Ilyua the Bisra Zlinan. We're talking about the way that they would bring in they would actually do the korban. They both agree to that. Mar Azil Batar Ivra de Bisra, the one would go according to the limbs, right? Who had the most meat, right? Umar Azil Batar Shmana de Bisra, the other one would go according to which one had the most fat, right? More flavor. My timer. You know, you have those type of people. There's some people that like fat. There's some people that don't like fat when it comes to these things. My timer. What's the reasoning? My timer regel behadi reisha. Why is the leg always with the head? Mishum de reisha nafishi beyatzamot. The head had a bunch of bones inside of it. Karva regel behadai. So you bring the leg with it, so you also have more meat together with it, so it becomes more chashuv. The kule alma miat rosh kerev reisha minalan. How do we know that everybody agrees that the first thing that they would bring is the head? The Tanya, we see a state brisa. Minay la rosh vepeder shekodmim lekol ha'evarim. From where do we know that the head and the fat are before every other limb that's in the body. Talmud Lamar, et rosho ve'et pidro ve'arech. You bring in the head and the fat. That's ve'arech. That's how you should arrange it. If you have a state pasuk telling you from the Torah, the head and the leg they come together. V'idach. V'idach padar achina lemai. What's the? There's another pasuk that's coming to teach you. What's the other pasuk? Sorry. Okay, what meaning? What's the? Oh, why do we need this extra fat? Right? Why do we need this extra fat? Lemay ata lekedetanya. The state brisa, like how we explained in the brisa, Ketzad היה עושה, נותן את הפדר הבית השחיטה ומעלהו. You put the fat on top of the bet hashchita, and then you do then you bring in the korban for the head. וזהו דרך כבוד של מעלה. This is a more respectable thing to do the korban itself. Why? Rashi explained, לפי שבית השחיטה מלוכלך בדם הראש. The bet hashchita is very dirty from the blood of the head. There's a lot of blood there. So that's why they would put the fat there to protect it and to make it look a little bit more organized. עד כאן. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן.